In this position last week, former world champion Viswanathan Anand is playing one of the best players in the world, Wesley So. And in this game, Anand takes Wesley's soul. He sacrifices everything and plays at a 99% accuracy. Let's see what happens here. So in the game, the kings are castled on the opposite side. And when that's the case, it's a race for who can get to the king first. And Wesley just played pawn to b5, now preparing pawn to b4 to continue with the attack. But Anand starts by eliminating the knight because it was the most active piece, and after the bishop recaptures, now queen to h3, now preparing pawn to g4 to try to open up this light square diagonal and go for checkmate. So Wesley decides to play pawn to g6, which strengthens this diagonal and also opens up the queen's defense to the h7 pawn. But this does not stop Anand from continuing with this plan and plays pawn to g4, now opening up the light square diagonal and opening up the g-file. But we know it's a race to go after the king, so we have pawn to b4 now attacking the knight. And if you simply respect Wesley's attack and capture this pawn, after the knight recaptures, it's threatening to capture this light squared bishop, which is the heart of our attack. So Anand doesn't care. He doesn't even move the knight. He just plays g takes f5, sacrificing the knight. And you played pawn to b4, so you might as well take the knight, and Wesley captures the knight. And now he's up a piece, but for the price of a piece, now f takes g6. And we've opened up this light square diagonal and opened up the g-file. And by taking the g6 pawn, we're also now threatening queen takes e6 check. So Wesley decides to just defend with rook a to e8. And Wesley's point is that yes, I gave up the open g-file, but my bishop is controlling the g1 square, so you cannot easily exploit it. And that's what Wesley thought. But Anand just plays rook h to g1 because he has two rooks. And after he gives up one, now rook takes g1. And for the price of an entire rook, now every single one of Anand's pieces is perfectly placed. And despite being up a rook, Wesley is already struggling to find a move. So he just plays rook takes f4, grabbing another pawn because there was no clear plan. But after rook takes f4, this rook has now left the back rank, and Anand spots a brilliant idea. He stuns Wesley with queen takes e6. Now sacrificing an entire queen. And it was here Wesley understood what was going on, and he resigns the game. Because if you take the free queen with rook takes e6, now both rooks have left the back rank, and we have g takes h7 with a double check. And now this king has nowhere to go. If you try to stop the promotion with king to h8, rook to g8 is checkmate. And instead, if you just go king to f7, now we promote and get another queen into the game. And we're threatening rook to g7 checkmate. So if you try to prevent that with knight takes e5, we still play rook to g7 check, king to f6, and rook to d7 checkmate.